Hey guys, Brian Fisher with Edge Fitness coming to you. Hopefully you're having a great day. This is going to be a little continuation of kind of our four-part series that we're doing on getting back to the basics. We talked about getting back to the basics on our movement training, movement habits to help us build better there. That is scheduling it in, making sure you prioritize it, then putting it on your schedule. That way it gets more likely to be done. Also, getting others involved, whether it's a coach or whether it's family, friends, whomever it might be, to help you keep going, stick to the schedule, to keep getting it in, to make those little steps to do that consistently. Then we talked about nutrition, where we want to make sure we're getting whole unprocessed foods whenever possible. Paying attention to our portion sizes, the palm for protein, the fist for vegetables, cupped hand for other carbs if you just did some training that day or at that moment, and a thumb for the fats. And then eating mindfully, eating slowly till 80% full is kind of where we shoot for on that. Today we're kind of getting into our basics of recovery. We can only train as much as we can recover. We want to train and we think we need to train really hard. Well, do you think of how hard or how well you need to recover to be able to sustain that? Okay? It takes a lot. If you drive your car a lot, you're driving all over the place, long distances, really hard, really fast, that stop and go, really putting your car through tough workouts, okay, tough training on a regular basis. You need more gas. You need to have that fuel to sustain it. You gotta probably replace the tires a little bit more often, check the air pressure, get the oil change, check all the fluids. You gotta do more maintenance on that car to keep it running well, okay? A lot of work goes into that. We need to do a lot of work to help our body to recover, to have the good movement habits, to have the good nutrition, and to have the positive mindset. So if we're not recovering, we don't get as much out of those things. If we're not doing those things, we don't get as much out of our recovery. It all works together. But the basics for our recovery strategy, that's where we really focus on our sleep. That's the most restorative, regenerative thing that we can do. Now, obviously here in the massage room, because this is another great form of recovery to help the body balance out the nervous system, to flush toxins out, do all that good stuff, to just relax, to calm down, to move better so we can continue to move better outside of here. Massage is a greater purpose as well, and it's not just to feel better for the time that you're on the table, it's to actually feel better and to move better and to use that feeling better throughout your daily life as you're doing the things that you want and need to do. So as you go through and kind of look at your options for recovery, two of those basics, besides getting a massage, are to make sure you've got your AM morning routine and PM your evening routine set in place. That AM routine helps to set up the rest of your day, kind of start the processes, okay? Usually doing something for your mind, your body, your spirit, getting some good hydration in, getting a little bit of movement in, maybe a little bit of meditation in, a little bit of prayer, devotion, wherever you're at. Getting that in the morning helps to tell the body, hey, we're getting ready to start the day, okay? A lot of other things you can do with that. And then when you get to the PM routine, right? That is, maybe it's something as simple as, hey, turn off, if you're watching this in the evening, turn this off at least 5 minutes before you go to bed, along with your phone, along with the TV, along with all those stimulating lights and noises and sounds and the stress of everything that's going on. If you're trying to go to sleep watching the news, probably not the most relaxing. You might be able to still fall asleep. A lot of people say that, but how deep is your sleep? What's your quality like? Right? How rested do you feel in the morning can be a big indicator of what you were doing in that PM routine. Right? Other things can just be maybe a little bit of light stretching, foam rolling, yoga, something like that. Maybe again, your gratitude journaling, great time. We'll talk about that more in the basics on mindset. But getting that consistent PM routine, starting with just even a small step of shut down electronics 5 minutes before you go to bed. Maybe take a look at what you're already doing for both of these, because your morning and evening hygiene, that can be part of your PM routine. If you start to think of that as the signal that, hey, I'm getting ready to start the day, I'm getting ready to end my day, I'm getting ready to go to sleep, right? Keeping the room cool, keeping it darker, just other real basic things that you can do and try and see how well does that help. And again, sleep can be one of those things that we can get by so much. I heard that prior to the advent of the light bulb, we were averaging over 10 hours of sleep. How great would that be right now to wake up feeling that refreshed, that rested, that ready to go for whatever the day brought, have that much focus in our day, knowing that we only have that window of time from sun up to sundown to get our stuff done. We're a lot more productive that way. Now that we have all this lights, we can have all this technology, we can do all these great things, yes, but now we average just over 6 hours, somewhere between 6 and 6.5 hours of sleep. Huge difference between over 10 to under 6.5 hours of sleep. When we're that chronically sleep deprived, it can be like we're constantly going around being buzzed all the time, driving, okay, working, interacting with people, trying to do our training. Imagine trying to do that every single day without being that restored, that recovered, and then just chipping away at our body and that body bank account, making withdrawals, making withdrawals, making withdrawals. That sleep, that recovery is making deposits within there to pay off those withdrawals. And ideally, we have that positive balance in that bank account to help us continually build better, get better, to reach our goals of changing our body composition, losing that body fat, changing our strength levels, getting stronger, getting faster, getting bigger, getting more muscular, whatever your goal is, just being able to move better, be able to pick up my grandkids, pick up my kids, do all those things. Picked up my kids yesterday and we went outside here in Iowa and we had awesome snowball fights. Wasn't awesome to see that it had snowed this early already here in the middle of October, but we were able to take advantage of it. We had a blast, and being in better physical condition helps me to be able to do that, have those boundaries to finish the workday, to go get them and be a dad, helps me to be better outside of. That's one of the things that I want and need to do. So the things that we want and need to do need to influence those choices that we make. So take a look at what you can do for your recovery strategies, and it will make a significant difference at home, at work, in your play, in the gym, with all of that. So take a look at your AM, PM routine, what's going well, what's not, and maybe how can we help you to get that to go a little bit better? What's one thing today that you could do to make it just a little bit better? And don't forget about that movement, nutrition, we'll get to mindset, but today focus on your recovery. How can you make that a little bit better? And you're gonna notice the difference in your training and in everything else that you do. So if this was helpful for you guys, I would love to have you subscribe and share so you can keep up with this, so your friends and family can as well, and stay up on all these great tips and resources that we're trying to give you to help you take your next steps forward on your health and fitness journey. We'll see you guys next time. Have a great day.